Good afternoon, Boomers. Brian Tong here from boomerlife.net. Today, we're going to do a little review of some scams going around, a Ponzi scheme versus a pyramid scheme. I'm sure everybody's heard of these. Basically, Ponzi schemes and pyramid schemes have many similar characteristics based around the same concept. Unsuspecting individuals get fooled by unscrupulous investors who promise them extraordinary returns in exchange for their money. However, in contrast to a regular investment, these types of schemes can offer consistent profits only as long as the number of investors continues to increase. Once the number tapers off, so does the money. Ponzi and pyramid schemes are self sustaining as long as cash flow outflows can be matched by monetary inflows. The basic differences arise in the type of products that schemers offer their clients and the structure of the two ploys, but both can be devastating if broken down. Key takeaways are both pyramid schemes and Ponzi schemes involve unscrupulous investing, taking advantage of unsuspecting individuals by promising them extraordinary returns in exchange for their money. It's the old saying, if it sounds too good to be true, it most likely is. With Ponzi schemes, investors give money to a portfolio manager. Then, when they want their money back, they are paid out with the incoming funds contributed by later investors. With a pyramid scheme, the initial schemer recruits other investors who in turn recruit other investors and so on. Late joining investors pay the person who recruited them for the right to participate or perhaps to sell a certain product. Ponzi schemes are based on fraudulent investment management services. Basically, investors contribute money to the portfolio manager who promises them a high return. And then, when those investors want their money back, they're paid out with the incoming funds contributed by later investors. The person organizing this type of fraud is in charge of controlling the entire operation. They merely transfer funds from one client to another and forego any real investment activities. The most famous Ponzi scheme in recent history, and the single largest fraud of investors in the U.S., was orchestrated for more than a decade by Bernie Madoff, who defrauded investors in Bernie L. Madoff Investment Securities, LLC. He built a large network of investors and that he raised cash from, pooling his almost 5,000 clients' money into an account he withdrew from. He never actually invested the money, and once the financial crisis of 2008 took hold, he could no longer sustain the fraud. The SEC values the total loss to investors to be around $65 billion. The controversy sparked a period in late 2008 that is known as Ponzi mania, in which regulators and investment professionals were on the hunt for other Ponzi schemes. A pyramid scheme, on the other hand, is structured so that the initial schemer must recruit other investors who will continue to recruit other investors, and those investors will then continue to recruit additional investors, and so on. Sometimes there will be an incentive that is presented as an investment opportunity, such as the right to sell a particular product. Each investor pays the person who recruited them for his chance to sell this item. The recipient must share the proceeds with those at higher levels of the pyramid structure. The key difference is that pyramid schemes are harder to prove than Ponzi schemes. They're also better protected because the legal teams behind corporations are much more powerful than those protecting an individual. One of the largest accused pyramid schemes was with the nutrition company Herbalife. Even though they were labeled as an illegal pyramid scheme and paid out more than $200 million in damages, their products still sell and the stock price looks healthy. So, what are the special considerations? In the same way that investors should be investigating companies whose stock they purchase, it's equally important to investigate those who manage their money. It is helpful to call the SEC to ask if there are open investigations into a money manager or prior instances of fraud. If an investor is considered getting involved in what appears to be a pyramid scheme, it would be beneficial to use a lawyer or CPA to scour the documents for inconsistencies. The bottom line, there are two important additional factors to consider. The only guilty party in the Ponzi and pyramid scheme is the originator of the corrupt business practice, not the participants, as long as they are unaware of the illegal business practices. Second, A pyramid scheme differs from a multi-level marketing campaign, which offers legitimate products like Amway. So that's it for today, boomers. Hope you enjoyed my little lesson, and I'll see you on the flip. Thanks for watching. Brian Tong, Boomer Life, out.